There's a few people in, so yeah.
Everyone, we're just waiting for a few more people to join and then we'll start. Thanks. Hi everyone, it seems people on the call now, so we're going to begin. Welcome to the first webinar in our Transparency Talk series. Before we begin, we just wanted to let you know that this is getting recorded and we'll send the slides out and the recording after. As I said, it's called Transparency Talks. You might be thinking, what is Transparency Talks? It's actually a series of educational webinars that we're going to be running throughout 2024. So that gives you direct access to a range of subject specialists that are here at Vegware. So throughout the series, we will explore topics including, like today, who we are, the Green Claims Code, composting, plus many more. So you've come here today to find out more about Vegware. I'm going to run through a few of the people that are on the call and introduce them. We're then going to talk about our range and our innovations. We're then going to talk about custom prints, then our environmental services, and then we'll finish off talking about our B Corp certification and our community fund. So also before we begin, we've opened up the Q&A. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask, then please, if you can put them in the Q&A section and we'll pick them up at the end. So a little bit about who is presenting today. You've already seen me. I am the head of marketing. I'm Kelly. We've got Beth, who is the head of national accounts. We've got Gavin, who's one of our designers and our creative team. Lucille, who's our continual improvement manager, and Phoebe Russell, who's our waste management consultant. So first up, we've got Beth, who's going to talk about our product range and all of our innovations. Hi, Beth.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. So I'm going to have a quick run through of who we are and what we do, and talk about the different materials that we use and our product range as well. So Vegware is a trusted brand of plant-based compostable food packaging and its end-of-life solutions. And we are a part of the Novelex family, and we are part of the Eco Brands part of the Novelex family. We joined Novelex back in 2021. So coming on to a couple of years now, and Novelex is a leader in the packaging world. It's a leader in innovation and sustainability, and it is a giant in the food service packaging industry. And we are very, very proud to be a part of the Novelex family. So where did it all begin? So Vegware actually started back in 2006. Where our founder, Joe Frankel, he was working in California at the time, and he came across a spoon that was made from plant starch. And he brought that back to the UK, and he founded Vegware. And since then, we have been leading the market in compostables and plant-based food service packaging. And we became a limited company back in 2008. So today, we have 82 employees. We are operating in 7 different locations across the world. So that's the UK, the US, Europe, Hong Kong, and Australia. And we are frequently ranked as one of the UK's fastest growing businesses. And so far, we have won over 70 industry awards. We have distribution throughout Europe, and as I'm sure many of you know, there's a lot of legislation to navigate in Europe, and that's where we can really show how we are leaders in the industry by helping our customers navigate that legislation. We have a warehouse in the Netherlands and the UK where we service all of our customers from. So we have a distribution sort of sales model and strategy. So we sell our products to national and regional distributors across the UK, the US, Europe, and Ireland. And we work with those distributors to sell our products to end users all over the world. This means that we can reach a lot of different markets. And it also means that we can give our distributors better pricing because we deliver to a central point rather than to each individual customer. And that will also benefit the customer because they can buy all of their food, their coffee, their cleaning chemicals and packaging all in one place. We do cater to independents and some end users who do not want to buy through the distributor model with our website, so they can buy direct from our website. And we collaborate with our seasoned sales team to identify the ideal purchasing channel for all of our customers. So what is the sort of ethos of Vegware? So we are packaging made from plants. So standard packaging is typically made from oil, which is finite resource, not something that we can keep tapping into. And traditionally, packaging is made from mixed materials as well, which means that recycling these products is really, really difficult. The benefits of Vegware packaging is that it's all plant-based and renewable. It's sustainably sourced. It's made from recycled or reclaimed materials where possible. And all of our products are commercially compostable with food waste where accepted. So now I'm going to talk through some of the different materials that we use to create our wonderful range of packaging. So we'll start with PLA, which is polylactic acid, and this is a compostable bioplastic, which is made from typically cornstarch, but can be different sources of plant sugars. And this product really kind of looks and feels like plastic, acts like plastic, but it is obviously made from plants, which is great. It doesn't have the same heat properties as plastic, so typically anything from PLA is for cold use only. We do have CPLA, which is where you add chalk to the process, and that gives it higher heat properties. So this is what we would use for our hot cup lids, for example, because they can achieve up to 90 degrees. Molded fiber, this is a really wonderful material because it's actually a byproduct of the sugarcane industry. So it's a reclaimed material, and it is really well suited to the food service industry because it's a breathable material, which means that food can breathe and it doesn't sweat. And we use this for a lot of our clamshell products and some of our pots and also hot cup lids. We use a lot of paper and card within our range that is all sustainably sourced paper and board. Natureflex, again, is a really, really wonderful material which is made here in the UK, and it's a clear film that's made from wood pulp. We also use palm leaf, which is fallen areca palm leaves, which are gathered from the forest floor, and then they are pressed into shapes, typically shapes in bowls. And they are sort of the it gives the bamboo wood look and feel. Matabai, another material which is typically what you would see some of our bin liners in this material, and it's made from vegetable oil, starch, sugar, wheat pulp, or pickle. And then lastly, our ink, even our wonderful custom print range where you've got a very wide variety of colours. It's all made from vegetables and water. So I will now go through our product range, and we have over 500 products within our range. for all different types of food service needs. And every single one of them is compostable. So we'll just have an image of some of our top products here. I'll start with our coffee cup, the original and the best. Our craft coffee cup is definitely our best seller, and it's really what we are known for in the market. We have a variety of lids. We have paper lids, PLA lids. We have molded fiber lids. So anything that your sort of coffee shop would need, we can provide. Next, I'd mention our molded fiber range, which is in the middle there. Again, a very, very popular range for us. And again, made from that wonderful breathable material. I'll touch on as well our paper cutlery. So the plastic ban that came in October 2023, last year now. This product gives a wonderful alternative to anyone that doesn't want to use wood, and this is award-winning range of paper cutlery. I'll just touch on some of the other products that we have. We have a great range of cold cups in all sorts of sizes with different types of lids. We have soup containers ranging all the way from 4 ounce up to 32 ounce. We have pizza boxes, bin liners, and I'll touch lastly on the top left, where you can see the wonderful pictures of our Bon Appetit range, which has been a really good seller for us, and it's really tapping into that street food bowl concept. But yeah, we absolutely have everything in our range that any food service business would need, and plenty more brilliant new developments coming through this year. So watch this space. And I will now hand back over to Kelly.
Thanks, Beth. That was brilliant. Now I'm going to pass you on to Gavin, who's now going to talk about our custom print services.
Hi, Kelly. Hi. So I'm Gavin. I work with the creative department here at Vegware, and I'm just going to go over a little bit of custom print. So alongside our stock range of products that Beth was just talking about, we also offer a custom print service that allows you to personalize your packaging by adding your own branding. As Beth touched upon with the materials, all of our inks use vegetable or water-based inks, so it won't affect your compostability, and you can still put the products into your standard waste stream, even if they have been custom printed. So how exactly does it work? Well, it's quite simple. We try and make the whole process as easy as possible, and there's really just 3 steps to it. So as I said, we have an in-house creative team at Vegware, and we can kind of help bring your ideas to life. The first step for you is to pick the product that you want to brand. So we have a full list of what we can custom print on our website. It does cover a lot of our product range, and it includes the MOQs, as that's a little bit different for our custom printed products. Once you've selected that product, all we really need from you is artwork files and a brief, so what you want the product to look like effectively. And the artwork files can include things like your logo, text, any of your brand colors, any of the iconography that you use. And then the brief itself can actually be as simple as something like, we want our logo in white on a blue cup. So usually good branding is actually quite simple and minimalistic. So the more straightforward your instructions, the better, and we can kind of help you achieve that vision. Once we have all of the artwork files that we need and all of the instructions that we need, we'll then put together a design for you to approve. We'll send that over to you, and if you're happy with that design, then brilliant, it goes straight into production. If you want any changes, then we can actually make those changes based on your feedback until you're happy with the design and the artwork is signed off. So as part of our service, the creative team does allocate an hour of artworking time per product, which is usually enough for us to create anywhere between 3 and 5 versions for your approval. It depends on the complexity of the design. Sometimes we could do more, sometimes we could do a little bit less, but generally speaking, that's how many we get done in that hour. If you need help branding beyond that hour, we can spend time on it and we can discuss additional hourly rates. But generally speaking, from our experience, if you've got a concise brief and you know how you want the cups to look, we can get that work done for you within an hour. Alternatively, you can actually design the packaging yourself if you've got a designer, or if you're good using software like Illustrator. We do have product templates and specifications that we can send over, so you can put the design together yourself. So now that I've kind of touched upon what custom printing is and how we go about doing it, the most important question is, why would you choose it? So obviously there's cost involved, and it's a higher MOQ for a lot of custom printed products. So what value do you actually get from that? And the simplest answer is, first of all, it looks nice. You know, custom print packaging helps differentiate you from your competitors. It gives you a stronger identity, and it will help you stand out from the crowd. It also helps to reinforce your branding. So a lot of people think branding is just your logo, it's the name above your door, but it's actually kind of everything that you do. So it's how you treat your customers, it's your tone of voice, it's how you promote yourself online, your use of colors, how you make your products, even your packaging. So custom prints basically allows you to add to that branding. It's another piece of that kind of jigsaw puzzle, and it sort of lends more credibility to your brand. And probably one of the biggest benefits of custom print is actually the fact that it basically turns your customers into walking billboards. So they'll be walking about, sharing your logo, sharing your brand with anyone they experience. So whether or not that's bumping into somebody they know in the street, friends or family, or even if they're posting a photo online, you know, people are going to see that. And that kind of word of mouth advertising, that kind of personal sort of recommendation is still hugely important. About 92% of the public still say that a personal recommendation has more sway over them than any other form of advertising. So it's really important to have a visual presence out there, and custom printing can help you achieve that. So that's just a brief overview of our custom print process and the benefits involved. We do have plenty of guidelines, plenty of documents that do actually go over exactly how the process works, the artwork files we accept, what we can do, how to also put together your own artwork. So if you ever have any questions about it, please feel free to get in touch. We're more than happy to help. And I think it's back over to you now, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank great. Now we're going to talk about the environmental services with our lovely Phoebe. Hi, Phoebe.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I'm Phoebe, and I'm part of the environmental team at Vegware, and I work as one of their waste management consultants. Today, I'm going to talk through why we focus on composting and how we support our customers to compost. So firstly, as Beth mentioned earlier, traditional food packaging can be difficult to recycle because it's often made of mixed materials that will need to be separated. And also, due to the nature of the product, it can be contaminated with food. But compostable packaging allows us to overcome these issues. So all of the materials that Vegware use in their packaging are commercially compostable. And the key to Vegware is the ability to capture both packaging and food scraps and break them down into compost. In terms of certification, we hold the deepest set of compostability certification in the compostable market. And this allows us to build trust with commercial composting facilities because it shows that our products will break down in under 12 weeks within their systems. And just a side note, you won't see Vegware using terms such as biodegradable or degradable because these don't tell the consumer anything about where or how fast something can break down. So an example of that is wood is a biodegradable material, but a log cabin can stand for generations. Next slide, please. Thank you. So Vegware focus on commercial or industrial composting for end-of-life processing. And the best process suited to our products is in-vessel composting. Sorry, Kelly, do you mind going back one slide? We run extensive trials with composting facilities to enable them to accept our material into their waste stream. And this slide shows the before and after photos of Vegware compostable packaging and food waste. So on the left there, the waste that's been captured in compostable liners, and the same waste 50 days later as 10mm screened compost. So one challenge is that the UK favours anaerobic digestion for food waste collections, rather than in-vessel composting. But we are part of a UKRI research project looking at the feasibility of processing compostable packaging in anaerobic digestion plants. So keep an eye out on our socials for updates on that. So how do we get used Vegware product to the appropriate composting facilities? There's a few options. So we work with local waste collectors to build regular trade waste collections. And depending on where you're located, this might be a packaging only collection or a mingled packaging and food waste service. For larger sites, we can also help to set up dedicated collections. So this might be a skip or a pallet box that is on site and then is collected once full. And finally, there's also a UK-wide solution, which is our post-back service, where the user buys a pack of boxes and requests a courier collection once they're ready. And the cost of that collection is included in the initial cost of the service. You can look out for our Keen to Compost form on the website if you're interested to learn a bit more about any of those solutions. For clients that are looking to close the loop by composting their disposable packaging, we work through our 5 steps to composting. This is specifically aimed at closed sites, so ones where the products are used and disposed of on site. So an example would be like an office or school or stadium, something like that. And the 5 steps that we work through include identifying compostable alternatives for all of the disposables that they use. We'll consult on the best recycling solution, design materials to help communicate the new waste system, and host engagement days. This is a value-added service waste consultancy package that is available to Vegware's customers. Just a quick note to say that we do also have a range of home compostable products. So this would include our Nourish moulded fibre range shown on the left, got compostable bin liners and Nature Flex bags, such as the sandwich bags in the bottom right image there. So whilst compostability will always be the primary focus of the business, we have also tested the recyclability of over 250 of our fibre-based products through PTS lab-based testing. And for our fibre-based products, we use the term made from recyclable materials as opposed to recyclable, since the reality of whether the product is actually able to be recycled depends on different scenarios. So firstly, the process of the waste collector and paper mills, this can vary a lot. And secondly, the amount of food residue on the packaging will affect how recyclable it is. So that's the same as we were talking about the traditional food packaging earlier. And that's why we still see industrial composting to be the best solution for our full range. And that's why we have the environmental expertise to support our clients to compost. Thank you.
Thanks, Phoebe. And last but not least, the lovely Lucille, who is going to talk to us about our B Corp certification and tell you all about our community fund. Hi, Lucille.
Hi, Kelly. Thank you. Yeah, I'm Lucille and I am the Continual Improvement Manager with Vegware. Just waiting for the next slide. Thank you. So in 2023, Vegware became a B Corporation. We are now part of a global community of businesses that meet high standards of social and environmental impact. So it's a really exciting time for us to join B Corp. It's a natural fit for us. We've always been about more than just profit. At its heart, our packaging is about advocating for and providing circular solutions for food service. So obviously environmental is what we're about, and that is one of the pillars that we were assessed on, one of the impact pillars. We were also assessed on our customers, our community, suppliers, people, how we manage everyone, how we deal with everyone in a sustainable and community fashion. So it's great to have this independently verified by B-Lab and to know that we're counted among businesses that are leading a global movement for an inclusive, equitable and regenerative economy. So what does it mean for the customers? I mean, put simply, it means trust. There's a lot of increasingly bold claims out in the market at the moment, and you can trust that we mean what we say what we mean, and we will act with honesty and integrity. Our transparency and accountability were vital to us achieving our B Corporation status. We've heard from some great specialists today so far, but I wanted to mention our customer service team and talk about the information and the knowledge that they're able to give you. They work in a really fast-paced environment, handling inbound calls and emails, but will always attempt to give the quickest response times possible and work to service level agreements that have been set out with the customer in mind. They're super friendly, lovely to have a chat with, and they're really knowledgeable. So the specialists that you've already heard from will train our customer service team on the products, on their environmental impact, on custom print, so that we can offer the answer to your question at first point of contact wherever possible. You'll get a personalized service from the customer service team. They are great at building relationships with you guys, and the service is always fantastic. They are focused on resolving any problems that come up as quickly as possible with as limited impact to you as a customer as possible. And we are always looking towards continuous improvement, always seeking to provide customers with consistently good experience and making that as good as we can going forward. And finally, honorary mention to our community fund, which is a great picture that the guys have chosen for this slide. So in 2009, the community fund was started, and since then we have been donating to not-for-profit organisations with focus on sustainability or community. So we have well over 30 community fund recipients at the moment, and the community fund is to support sustainability in its widest sense. So including the built and natural environment and community projects. We offer monthly grants, which are focused towards the basic running costs of the organisations, and we also offer donations of packaging where it's needed. Our recipients provide us with regular updates, which are always fantastic to read, and find out what they're doing with funds, what they're doing with the packaging, get to see great photos like the one there. And we publish these on our community fund blog, which you can find online at vegwarecommunityfund.org. Back to you, Kelly. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So unfortunately, we're just about to run out of time for questions. Any that we have had, we will answer after this webinar. So all that it really is left for me to say is thank you so much for joining. The next webinar that we're going to be running is going to be on the Wednesday, the 28th of February at 2 o'clock, where we're going to talk about the Green Claims Code. The QR code there will take you to the event page. We've also left a bit.ly link. We will send it also following up after this webinar as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining and hope to see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Thanks all. Bye.